There are fears that hundreds of migrants, including many children, may have died on a boat which capsized off the coast of Greece. The overloaded fishing boat had set off from Tobruk on the north coast of Libya and sank in the early hours of yesterday morning, 50 miles southwest of Pylos. It has been confirmed that at least 78 people have died, but there are concerns that hundreds of migrants and their children may have been in the hold of that fishing boat. Now, Greece says it's one of the worst ever migrant disasters, and there are now real questions over whether authorities did enough to help in time. Our correspondent Romilly Weeks reports from Kalamata, where those who were rescued were taken.
All day, helicopters and boats have been returning to the port of Kalamata, where this rescue mission is into its second day. But they're returning empty, their lifebelts unused. 104 survivors were picked up in the first frantic hours. The most seriously ill winched onto helicopters to fly them to hospital, but overnight it was only bodies that were returned to shore. Those who were rescued report that there were between 600 and 750 people on board, including women and children, and they'd been sailing for days.
They didn't have any food in the ship, so they're like 5 days without any food or water. They had sunburns all over their faces and hands.
Relatives have started arriving here too, unable to wait helplessly at home. I've spoken to one man from Wolverhampton who knows that 3 of his cousins from Pakistan boarded the boat. So far, he's found only 1. This doctor from Kalamata's main hospital says relatives have been calling him in desperation.
Many people from Syria, Egypt sent me messages with photos of people in the boat, and if they ask me if they are dead or alive.
It's unclear why the boat capsized, although from these pictures taken by the Coast Guard, it was dangerously overcrowded. Some survivors are suggesting it was being towed by another boat at the time. The former Greek Prime Minister and leader of the opposition visited survivors this afternoon and called for a change in policy towards migrants. And are you concerned that the hardening of policies towards migrants contributed to this tragedy?
As I said before, I think that it is necessary to change rapidly the European strategy for migration. I think that this has to be priority if we want to keep our human identity.
Greece's tough approach to migrant boats has reduced the numbers arriving on these shores, but it hasn't stopped the tragedies happening. Today, flags flew at half-mast over government buildings and the Acropolis as the Mediterranean Sea refused to reveal the final human toll. The captain of the boat is among 8 survivors being questioned by police on suspicion of people smuggling. Government ministers visiting here today have condemned the trade in human misery that's led to this, but no one right across Europe has found a way to stop it.
Romilly Weeks in Kalamata in Greece. Thank you.